To the First Federal program on WROI Giant FM and streaming live on the First Federal Facebook page.
It is Friday morning, and it's a pretty decent morning out there, Todd. It's 68 degrees. It's 7:30 in the morning. You can't complain about that too much.
Great morning, Moose. You've done a good job with the weather this week. It's been first week of August and not really dog days of summer. It's been moderate temperatures, comfortable humidity. Thank you for arranging that for us this week.
I tried. Now, come Monday, it's going to be 90s again with humidity making it feel up to close to 100, but at least I gave you a week.
So we get through the weekend with this nice weather then, it sounds like.
For the most part, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Good chance to go out and catch up that last few summer activities. Now that Rochester schools have started, ask everybody to be safe out there with the kids out, going to and from school. And your family ready for school now?
They are. They're back. I've got two in the middle school and one at Riddle, and they are excited to be back in school.
And parents excited for this too?
Absolutely.
Okay. A little breath of fresh air, but then you've got the after-school homework duties and things like that.
Luckily, homework hasn't started yet in full swing, but I'm sure come next week it's going to be there.
Well, we want to wish good luck to the students and best wishes for the teachers and staffs at the local schools as school start up. I want to thank school administrators and teachers to have a successful year. There's more challenges out there with the pandemic still, and best wishes to everybody and good luck to the students. And ask that everybody be safe, driving around in the morning and afternoon. There's more kiddos out there, so keep an eye out for that.
And just remember that when that stop arm's out, it's not a suggestion. It doesn't mean slow down, go around. It means stop.
It's the law.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. So everybody reminded of that. Speaking of being careful out there, the work started on Indiana 25, Main, and 9th Streets. We encourage everyone to be safe out there, slow down, and be patient as you navigate around the construction. It could be interesting in the next couple of weeks how we're going to get to here and there, but we'll do it.
I know 8th Street's going to fill up pretty quickly because I think once they fully start shutting down 9th, they're redirecting everybody up Race Street to 8th. So
okay.
It's going to be busy by here next Friday morning, I'm sure.
Well, you see a lot of traffic out there. Good place to watch the world.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be careful pulling out today,
Yeah, I always have to be careful pulling out at 4 o'clock.
Well, we've got Tanner Lee with us today, again, talking about sports and some tidbits. We welcome the Times Theater group here today. Special guest for us today. It's been a little while since we've had the Times Theater people on, and we welcome Renee, Frenger, right?
Yes.
Say that right?
Yes.
And Julie Shambarger from the Times Theater. There's a lot going on with that in the last couple of years, and progress continues to be made, and we're going to talk about some of that and how other people can support the Times Theater as we try to get to the end goal, right?
Yes.
So, speaking of theaters, Moose, that's our question today.
I should have known.
Nothing to do with the Times Theater, but what is the oldest theater in the U.S. that is still standing?
Okay.
Not going to give you any choices.
No choices? Okay.
The Savannah Theater, the Walnut Theater, or the Fox Theater?
Okay.
Maybe I'll give you a clue here. Let me just tell you, it's in Philadelphia. That probably helps you out, right?
A bunch.
Okay,
I
good.
go to Philadelphia every weekend.
As we talked to Tanner about sports, I did notice the Olympic medal count this morning before we got started.
Saw that too, yep.
U.S. is leading with 94, but China's leading the gold.
Yep. They're kind of head and shoulders above the rest right now.
I thought it was interesting that Russia's not officially competing in the Olympics, but yet they have 62 medals.
Right. Yeah, that's here. The ROC, I believe, is
the Russian Olympic Committee, and the reason is because of government-sponsored doping to enhance athletics performance. So I guess it doesn't seem fair that they should be able to compete because not everybody's.
It wasn't everybody's right. It wasn't everybody's fault, and a lot of it was, college athletics. A lot of times we'll see schools punished for something the current athletes had nothing to do with years before. So this is a little different than that, but kind of along the same lines.
Yep. So Olympics wrap up this weekend.
Yeah, I've got to say I haven't watched a ton. As much as I did in 2016, I guess, when it was in Rio, and that's probably because it's hard to watch some of these events without live attendance.
I've watched too much, probably.
Okay.
I'm ready for a break because my wife's been out of town, so it's Olympics that's all that's on the TV.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot else on around that time slot.
Watch things like badminton and sport climbing. I've never heard that one before.
I watched a little bit of the. Oh, I'm probably gonna call it wrong. I want to say the power walking.
That was on last night.
Yeah, that was interesting.
It was interesting. They give yellow and red cards to people that run, and the power walking and running. There's a fine line there. It looks like.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's like, I think maybe I could train a little bit for that one and try to give myself to that.
Their times are like 7-minute miles, though.
That is hauling. Yeah, you're right. I probably definitely couldn't get close to.
You got 3 years. Let's do some power walking.
Well, now he's gonna hold me to it.
Next Friday, I want you to power walk here.
All right.
Oh, I did forget one big news item of the week. Moose, we celebrated a birthday this week for you, Moose. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
I already forgot about it.
Well, we all thought we'd maybe sing this morning, but then we thought, well, there's FCC guidelines, and they'd probably take you off the air if we sang,
Nah, it'll sound different enough if you guys were to do it.
You can auto-tune us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to do something to help me out there.
Well, congratulations. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How about more sports, Tanner?
Yeah, and speaking of the viewership of the Olympics, I have a few statistics here. Viewership down 45% from the Rio Games in 2016. It's down 51% in prime time.
Well, I'm doing my best.
You are. It sounds like you're pulling your weight there. So, I got to think a lot of it's just because of the
lack of fans.
But there could be different variables there. A few notes here. I see the basketball team has made it to the gold medal game. They'll be playing France tomorrow. France beat them in the opening game 83-76.
Wow.
So, U.S. going for the 4th straight gold medal in men's basketball there. And the golf wrapped up last week. American Xander Schauffele won the gold medal. Good for him. He still hasn't won a major yet, so this was kind of his first really, really big breakthrough. The silver medal went to Roy Sabatini, and the bronze went to a guy named C.T. Pan. He beat 7 other guys. There's a 7-way playoff for bronze, which was kind of neat to see.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
Nope.
Seven people play the hole at the same time?
Yep.
Wow.
And then slowly but surely, guys get
Process of elimination.
Yeah. So I don't know how many holes it did go, but that was interesting.
I think it was several, 5 or 6 maybe.
Yeah, when you get 7 pros, it's gonna take a little while to process of elimination.
Just like you and I would do out there, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And one local sports note, and also I should mention good luck to all of the fall participants. I know there have been some fall sports. I think girls golf is underway. Football will be underway soon, so volleyball, cross country, tennis, soccer.
There is the showcase at the high school tonight for all the fall sports.
Okay,
that's good.
So you'll be able to go out and see tennis, volleyball,
see scrimmages.
football.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
If you're interested in fall sports, that's a good thing to check out.
Yep.
Probably just generally after school hours, right?
Yes, I'm not sure the exact time, but I do know it is this evening, and they'll have all the fall sports out there.
Going on.
Doing something a little bit at least.
Yeah, I don't know if they were able to have that last year.
No.
So it's nice to hear that's back. And want to give a congratulations to new Rochester Athletic Director Kevin Renee, who was officially appointed in that position. So known Kevin for a long time. He has some experience being athletic director from his previous past. So good luck to him and congratulations. Got some tidbits here this morning on this thing. 1890, a guy named Cy Young. Have you ever heard of him?
Nope.
He earned his first major league victory. He would go on to earn 511 in his career, most ever. That's why there's the Cy Young Award that goes to the best pitcher in the AL and NL every year.
So 511, there's not anybody even close to that.
No, that's one I don't see getting broken.
Where would Roger Clemens be at? 300 maybe?
I'd say him and Randy Johnson 300 somewhere. Okay. Yeah,
that's
it's
phenomenal.
511's one down.
That's when they used to pitch the whole game too.
Right, they were built differently back then. On this day, 1932, the first Venice Film Festival was opened. It's the world's oldest film festival.
Mm.
And on this day in 1963, the Philadelphia NBA franchise changed their name from the Nationals to the 76ers. You know why they're called the 76ers, Paul?
No.
It's on based on the U.S. Declaration of Independence in Philadelphia in 1776.
That makes perfect sense.
Yes.
And I don't believe they played in the Philadelphia Theater. That's the oldest theater.
I don't think so. Not quite.
So.
It's got some days here. Today is National Fresh Breath Day.
That's always a good day.
It is, isn't it? International Beer Day. Cycle to Work Day. I didn't get that memo. I didn't cycle to work today.
Except don't celebrate International Beer Day and cycle to work
Right,
day together.
right. That probably wouldn't end well.
You could cycle to work and then celebrate Beer Day after work.
You know.
Yeah, there you go. Farm Worker Appreciation Day. International Sailor Moon Day. You know,
Yeah.
familiar with that? A cartoon?
I am.
Anime, I should
Very
say.
popular in the mid-90s.
Yep. Root Beer Float Day. Wiggle Your Toes Day. And Balloons to Heaven Day.
Okay.
A lot of days.
Yeah.
I think maybe a bike ride and a root beer float sounds good today, you know?
There you go.
Well, thank you, Tanner, for your
Yeah, you're
tidbits.
welcome.
Appreciate all those interesting facts that you bring to us on a weekly basis and to our listeners. It's always good to know some things.
You're welcome.
Trivia questions may come from there sometimes, right, Paul?
Yeah, eventually. Maybe.
Got some great upcoming events coming in the area soon. The 37th annual Bi-County Classic Truck and Tractor Pull is tomorrow at 7 o'clock at the Fulton County 4-H Fairgrounds. Admission is $10 and $5 for children younger than 10. That's a great event tomorrow night if you're into truck and tractor pulling. Check that out at the fairgrounds. The Fulton County Habitat for Humanity just had a successful golf outing this weekend. Great turnout and great weather for that. I understand we need to thank you for
we need to
Paul.
thank Paul.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
You did a great
Couldn't
job.
ask for better, yeah.
They're having a garage sale on Saturday, August 21st at 2006 Admiral's Court from 8 to 2 p.m. Item donations, no clothes, will be accepted from August 8th to 20th. You can contact Carmen Reeves. Her number is 402-689-1902. That's 402-689-1902 to arrange a time for drop-off of donations. Please make sure all items are labeled with your name and price. All unsold items may be picked up by the owner, and all unclaimed items will be donated to Goodwill. That's another good cause for raising money in the community. The Nickel Plate Music and Arts Festival is on Saturday, August 28th. That's from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. in downtown Rochester, right outside the studio here, right?
Yes.
That'll be a great event. There'll be live music, food vendors, art vendors, painting, balloon art, caricatures, and more. And I understand they have a Facebook contest where you can enter to sing the national anthem to open the event.
Yes.
So, are you going to enter that?
No.
Okay.
No. If I did, I would become the video that got
You go viral, right?
Yeah, I could go viral for the wrong reason.
2 million hits,
Yeah, 2 million hits of a guy who butchers the national anthem.
Yeah. That's something we don't want to be known for.
No.
So got those upcoming events. Also, you consider participation in these. There are great things going on in the community, and it's a good way to stay connected to the community. Want to offer flowers this week to Culligan Water for being the Fulton County Chamber of Commerce's Member of the Month for August. Congratulations to Culligan Water. Business news. The Dow finished up 270 points yesterday to over 35,000. If you look at for the chart this week, it's like a mountain range. It's up, it's down, it's up, it's down. It's about where it started. Even though with that, stocks did reach record levels on Thursdays as investors considered quarterly earnings results and new data on labor market recovery. And the S&P 500 advanced to a record closing high, and both the Dow and NASDAQ ended higher, with shares of cyclical energy and financial stocks as well as travel, leisure-related firms contributing heavily to the gains. I think the travel and leisure firms, companies, people are trying to get out more.
Yeah.
And that's benefiting the economy, and hopefully that can continue through the pandemic and what's happening with COVID now and the Delta variant.
Yes.
First Federal Savings Bank is open today from 8:30 to 5 and tomorrow from 8:30 to noon. You can always bank with us online or with our mobile app, which is free to download. Just look for the green and white star on the app stores and download that. And you can do all your banking through that, do bill pay, make transfers. It's a good way to stay in touch with the bank 24/7, and also their ATMs are open 24/7 if you need some cash. We're still offering our Simply Free checking accounts and Simply Free business checking accounts. When you open a new checking account, you get a free gift. You know what the gift is, right, Paul?
Yes, it's a mini tool set.
That's right. So various colors you can do, pink, red, black, I think. So you can choose that. Probably should have brought one for your birthday, you know. We didn't think about that.
That's okay.
Maybe next time. Okay? Maybe next year, okay?
All right.
We also offer consumer loans, so the competitive rates. We have a web application, and you can find a consumer loan. It's good for projects, repairs, and consolidations. So look at our website and check on the consumer box, and that will get you to an application that you can fill out online. We offer a commercial loan for businesses. Lindy Breeden's our lead commercial lender, and is doing a great job in our market area, and has grown our commercial lending department. And if you have any interest in business loans, reach out to Lindy at the bank. Be happy to talk to you and see if we can help you out. More than likely we can, because we're interested in developing our community, and business loans are part of that, along with the mortgage loans that we make too. That's still primary importance to us, and rates are still favorable. So if you're interested in a mortgage loan, reach out to Ben Dalton or Stacy Wilson in Rochester or Winnemac, and if you have any questions or concerns, they can help you out, guide you through the process, and help you meet your needs for mortgage lending. We also offer financial services with Mark Blueblaw and Brian Bell. They'd be happy to help you out. Just call the bank for that. You can like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram and LinkedIn, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You may have seen some social media posts out there recently promoting our YouTube channel. You can follow that, subscribe to that, then you can stay up to date on all the things we're posting on the YouTube channel. Interviews of people like Dick Belcher, for example. Some of our radio shows, if you want to go back and look at history, and a lot of other things we post out there, some how-to videos, things like that. So we're the only locally owned bank in Fulton County. We don't want to be the biggest bank, just the best. Borrowers must meet underwriting guidelines. We are FDIC insured and an equal housing lender. Our NMLS number is 399927.
And that makes us legal.
Thank you. We welcome our guests today. Why don't you step up here to the mic? You can share that. Renee Frenger and Julie Shambarger from the Times Theater Board.
Well, thank you for having us.
As we were talking before the show started, good morning to both of you. And it's been a while since we had you on the radio show, but also a lot's happened during that time. Why don't we talk first a bit about what your role is with the Board of Directors?
Well, currently she's our secretary, Julie is, and she's also doing major fundraising and event planning. So she's kind of keeping the ball rolling, keeping money coming in the doors, and doing lots and lots of things. She's got lots of irons in the fire. I have been the chair of the committee for the last 3, maybe 4 years, I'm not sure. So I'm kind of watching all the paperwork, making sure we're trying to follow all the right rules, doing all that fun stuff.
So fundraising is a big activity. I know one thing that Julie, maybe not in charge of, that you're connected to, is the Times Theater Marquee.
Yes.
And everybody sees all the nice postings out there for birthdays and anniversaries, and we contact Julie for that.
Get on a Times Theater Facebook page. I get the messages almost immediately. I've changed it up a little bit. We're doing it per side now, just to serve even more people in the community. Switch it out on Mondays, which has been a blast because it's around lunchtime, and I get all sorts of
The people watching to see what the next news is, right?
Exactly. We're booked, my goodness, maybe into October.
That's
like
great.
A couple spots here and there. But no, it's been great and fun.
It's a great way to recognize a birthday or anniversary
Absolutely.
or a local event you want to promote, and it's a good fundraiser for the Times Theater too. So your Times Theater is doing other fundraising activities too.
Yes, we
Is there
try.
anything coming up soon?
Well, we kind of hit a fun stride with a trivia
That's
game.
right.
We've done maybe 3 so far this year. We have another one coming up September 13th. And oddly enough, 90s sitcoms. And we started with the 80s, so we're progressing.
Yeah, so you had some Disney trivia at the
Yes.
one time, 80s
Yes.
movie
Yep.
trivia, was that right?
Yes, and then we did 80s music. We're moving on to the 90s sitcoms. We've got scary movie trivia coming up.
Oh, that's good.
Christmas movie trivia coming up, and again, it's all on our Facebook page. I've really been trying to uplift our messaging and keep that as current as possible.
And you pretty much have full participation. You sell out these events almost, don't you? Yeah.
Yeah, almost within
Yes.
hours of
Yeah.
doing that. We published the 90s, I think yesterday, and I think I might have one spot left.
That's great.
And we have a wonderful event coming October 18th. It's our, I've been looking forward to it since before the pandemic, Ladies' Night at the Evergreen.
Okay,
And
that's great.
yes.
So what's
It's a
ladies'
pri-
night include?
It's a private affair. Ruth is letting us come in on a Monday. The whole restaurant, roaring 20s attire.
Okay.
Huge response. I'm trying not to push it because I don't want to sell it out before we release tickets for sale next week. A magician's coming, a fortune teller, just all sorts of fun, seasonal, wonderful, wonderful silent auction that we're doing right now. Just a wonderful way to give back to. There's been so many people, whenever we call, they say yes.
That's great.
So we want to spoil them a little bit with some wonderful gifts and
Yeah, there's enthusiastic support for the Times Theater, and that's
it's
great.
fantastic.
The board's doing a good job fundraising. They're working to get the Times Theater functional again. What are some of the projects that you're looking at now, or maybe completed recently in the last year or so?
Well, currently, this is my area.
Okay.
We have our handicap bathroom almost complete. We just need to get the toilet and the sink and the door set.
That's great.
We need to get our emergency exit lighting completed. We're waiting on a quote for a fire and smoke detection system. We have to do something about that.
Yeah, all the standards that you have to meet to keep the building safe for people and accessible. Those are
But
good things.
we are really close to being able to have some people in, maybe at small numbers at first, but then hopefully by the end of the year, maybe we can have a small music event. We had hoped to be closer to being ready to have the building open during the nickel plate, but I don't believe that's going to happen. We may hopefully be able to let small groups in for a tour during that time. So we're hoping to try to do that.
I know several years ago during the chili cook-off, it was open for tours, and
That was a wonderful day.
and I'm sure it's changed a lot since then. That was probably 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah,
Right?
and we did it. That was a great day. It was so fun to talk to people, and everybody was just excited to be able to be back in the building and just talk about their memories. And yeah, that was a fun day.
I know I've seen some of the pictures that you've had posted out even inside when that was going on. There's a lot of memories of the Times Theater, and thank you to the passion for the board to try to keep it invigorated and keep it going and get us to a point where the theater can be used again. And that's great. Thank you to the board for all doing that. And what are some of the other things that have been done recently with the Times Theater I know there was a front facelift removal and update.
Well, the facade grant, that was part of the MSRP grant, the Main Street Revitalization Grant. And our building is pretty well done at this point.
Great.
And then we've also reinforced our stage. The stage is completely reinforced. A lot of the work that's been done is the work behind the scenes, like that nobody really cares about.
That's all.
They just want it done.
And they expect to have the bathroom there. Right?
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
good.
our women's bathroom and our men's bathroom will be cleaned up and repainted and used, and then we will have a completely handicap accessible bathroom completely done.
That's great.
And we're working on, like I said, quotes for the fire and smoke detection system. We need quotes for the emergency lighting. We need to have concrete pads poured in the auditorium for a handicap accessible.
Okay.
And also that will be for sound systems as well. So we're working our way through it, but we're getting a lot closer than we were.
Well, I've heard the expression before, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
Exactly.
And this has been a marathon. And
This is a marathon.
Very dedicated people like the board members and some real strong community supporters that are
cultivating some wonderful relationships right now. And some people have popped in that really nice surprises along the way too.
So what are the biggest needs that the group has right now?
Well, our certificate of occupancy, that's our finish line. If we don't get it by nickel plate, we'll get it hopefully
Awesome.
by chili cook-off. And then that's a game changer. That's when we can come up here and ask for volunteers to come help clean or this or that. I'd say the next big is sound.
Yes.
Sound, Devon Gibbons, it's been just wonderful.
I know you've been talking to some people about that and setting up the right systems for this building.
Exactly. We had Sweetwater down last week. Like, we've got a lot going on.
That's great.
So, and ways to sustain the theater into the future, lower the overhead, just wonderful stuff on
That's great. So I talked about it being a marathon, but you can see the finish line now.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like,
There's
which
a
is
light at
great.
the end of the tunnel for sure.
Yes.
So what will, in the best case scenario, what do you see the venue being used as, or for like purposes for in the future?
But live music, movies, and community events.
Okay.
Be it if it's the Chambers Awards Banquet, a local art show, traveling bands. Like, we are in a great geographic area. Chicago, Fort Wayne, Indianapolis.
That's true. We're in the middle of that triangle.
Exactly. They gotta kind of go by us. So
Yep.
That's great. And
we're
that
gonna
will
be open to need. We gotta be here for everybody.
Yeah. From
Community
over the
wise.
years, that's sooner rather than later. Because we've talked about getting to this point for many years, but it's just on the horizon.
Lighting and sound equipment. Moose is shaking his head. It can be a whole lot. It can, but we have had a thorough, very awesome man looking into that for us. So
Well, it's amazing how technology has just changed. Even just coming into the radio station over the last few years. I mean, your equipment's top of line. Upgraded here,
Yeah.
and
Still
that's
got-
available for theater, things like that too.
Yeah,
Advanced.
still got some more coming here, and I know I can only imagine what you guys are facing with. We were set to get a new console for our sound equipment, and it's on back order because of the computer chip shortage. So I'm sure you guys are running into the same thing.
Devon's got it down to like the microphone covers, and I mean, I really feel like we're in good hands.
Yes.
He showed it to Sweetwater, and he's like, he's got it.
That's great.
So we'll be back around for a pretty major fundraising event on that, but we've got lots of exciting stuff on our horizon. So
So how many board members are involved in the board that are working on this project at this point in time? Approximately.
We have a 7-member board. We are short one board member at the moment, but we
Okay.
should have a 7th member.
So this is a good chance to ask for volunteers. Maybe if you're thinking about it. Talk to Renee and Julie, and we can give you some details about it. And
absolutely.
We have some volunteers as well.
there's always need for volunteers.
Mm-hmm.
If somebody wanted to volunteer to,
Chili cook-off will be a big day.
okay,
We've got some fun ideas. We're back to the downtown facade.
right.
Since our ticket booth was underneath the marquee, it didn't qualify for the facelift. So that is a fun project coming.
So it still needs a facelift then.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So we'll tie that into the cook-off, I bet.
So if people would want to volunteer, contact you through the Facebook page. Is that
Absolutely.
the best way to do
Yep.
that?
We both get the messages almost instantaneous. No one has to remember an email address.
And in addition to the fundraisers, donations are always accepted.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And that's
Of course.
another way to get a. if
And
you
an
wanna
easy way
participate.
to do that is to stop by First Federal. And Kim Benzine is our treasurer, and just pop right in there and hand her a check.
That's great.
She'll take care of you, as
We want to
all
make
know.
everything accessible to the community for the
Absolutely.
volunteers and for people donating money to spend a lot of work behind this. How long ago did this project start approximately?
I think 2016 we went through as far as when you guys took
Yeah.
hold of it.
So
Yeah.
5 years, a lot's been accomplished, and like you said, it's been a marathon, but the finish line's in sight, and we need more donations and volunteers to help get it to the finish line, and it can be a viable venue in the community that can be a shining star, or we can
Absolutely.
help support downtown businesses and restaurants and things like that.
We've already
Yes.
got wonderful caterers. I mean, we've got all the pieces. We can do this.
So if somebody wanted to use it for like a wedding event or something like that,
That
can you
has
use
come up so many times, and we want to say yes. I mean, think of it would just be beautiful. Our stage is outstanding, so I bet it happens.
Well, we've been talking to Julie Shambarger and Renee Frenger here this morning. Thank you for your time coming in this morning. As we wrap up, anything else you want to say about progress?
Get a hold of me for Ladies' Night if you'd like to sponsor. It's almost sold out. Tickets go on sale next week, but I do need sponsorship help and look forward to partnering with anybody.
And that was Julie Shambarger talking, so get a hold of her through the Facebook page, and
Yes.
she'll return your call promptly or get a hold of
Always.
you. And thank you very much, and congratulations on how far you've gone so far, and best wishes to the future.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. So Moose, theater question. Oldest theater in the country. The answers are Savannah Theater, Walnut Theater, or the Fox Theater.
I don't have the slightest clue, so I'm just going to go right in the middle and go Walnut.
Congratulations. Great job. Tanner can't get one by you.
That was pure luck, so he would have.
Well, I thought the Philadelphia thing may have helped you, though.
Yeah, a bunch.
On your
It
trips.
started in 1809. It
Okay.
still holds more than 600 performances and 350,000 patrons each season. I
Wow.
assume that's not COVID type.
No, I'm
You're
going.
right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the show, everybody listening today. I'm going to close with words of wisdom. If somebody was once a nobody who wanted to do and did. John Burroughs, American author.
Those are great words of wisdom.
Thank you, Moose.
Thank you. We'll talk to you guys again next week.
Great.